every single customer, and like I said, I don't even think I've ever closed someone that didn't get to use those funds. So I'm very proud at working at Associated Bank that are actually giving out funds to the community for their first time.
Listen, all of that is definitely needed, and shout out to Associated Bank for wanting to help those who are looking to purchase their first home and giving them all the assistance.
Absolutely.
Can you please give them your phone number or how they can reach out to you, because I know they're interested.
Yes. So phone number 262-888-3135. Again, associatedbank.com/tcastle for the website. Again, you can call at any time. You know, sometimes I work on the weekends. It's okay to call after 5 o'clock because everybody's schedule is different. And again, you can always go to the website and apply straight there.
I love it. That is Tamara Castle, AVP CRA Mortgage Loan Officer at Associated Bank. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This has been your Business Spotlight with Associated Bank on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth.
Milwaukee's Black Talk lives here. You are listening to 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 101.7 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Rhea Riley with your news update. The Milwaukee Police Association responding to city leaders who want solutions to address recent violence downtown. MPA President Alexander Ayala.
All these ideas are not going to go anywhere because we don't have the staffing to do them. And that is very frustrating for me and my officers who are already facing a very dangerous job where they're getting shot and killed in a line of duty, and then we don't have a contract. I mean, on top of all of this.
Ayala says the department continues to face low recruitment and low wages. Mayor Cavalier Johnson's office says the city is engaged in ongoing discussions. A police chase for a reckless driver turns deadly on Brady Street. Milwaukee police began pursuing a vehicle near 12th and Center around 9 p.m. Tuesday night. The driver refused to stop and crashed into another car near Humboldt and Brady. The 28-year-old man of the struck vehicle died, and a 27-year-old passenger is being treated for injuries. Police say a 22-year-old woman who was the driver of the fleeing vehicle was taken into custody. Wisconsin has joined a multi-state lawsuit challenging the Trump administration's demand that states turn over personal data of people enrolled in the SNAP program. The federally funded food assistance program serves more than 42 million people nationwide. The USDA says the data will help it combat waste, fraud, and abuse. But in the lawsuit, Wisconsin Attorney General Josh Kaul and the coalition argue that this demand violates multiple federal privacy laws. The states are seeking an injunction to block the data transfer. This has been your news update. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on the new 101.7 The Truth.
Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris, 833-212-1017 is the number. It's Thursday. And I think I'm going to take it easy today. I think I'm going to just, try to take a chill pill. Hopefully X won't bother me today, so, I'm going to just take it easy. What kind of music y'all want to hear today? I need one artist to play for the entirety of the show. I was thinking the Commodores, but I don't know. 833-212-1017 is the number, or you can hit me on the talk and text line or hit me on the YouTube chat. That way, I'll have an idea of what it is you want to hear. I'm taking it easy today. A few things I saw kind of made me, kind of gave me an understanding today that let's just say it didn't sit well with me. And so I thought I'd try to talk about it in a calm, reasonable, quiet way. So there was a meeting yesterday, and they talked about the safety of Milwaukee. And they talked about, and there's a story on WISN 12 that shed light on some of the issues, the safety, police union, the contract fight, all that stuff that's going on. And so there's so much animosity. There's so many issues that go along with that. But yet I haven't heard anything from the mayor's office. And I get it. It's contract negotiations and everything's political. But the city's on fire. And basically it's burning down. The Common Council Public Safety and Health Committee met yesterday. They got gun violence downtown. They didn't care about gun violence on the north side or the south side or the west side. They didn't care about it on the east side. They only cared about it when it happened downtown. They didn't even care about it when it happened at Element nightclub, but they cared about it when it happened up near MSOE. Then all of a sudden, it became an issue. All the bars, they've always been there. They're complaining there were only 3 officers assigned, as if the police and their presence is going to stop somebody from acting a fool, and it's not. There's no respect for the police. Milwaukee has gone so far. Yes, I said Milwaukee has gone so far as to kill a police officer. New York, the other day, killed a police officer. Then you got maniac groups like Cincinnati beating up white people and putting assumptions on social media when they have no idea why it happened, when it looks like it was a random attack. Police are saying nobody called anybody the N-word. Social media is saying somebody got called. Social media is starting to be the catalyst that causes people to disregard what's right. Milwaukee police scheduling records obtained by WISN 12 News revealed that only 3 officers were assigned to patrol the entire downtown district overnight, Sunday into Monday. Just one day after the shooting. What does that mean? A department spokesperson described the scheduling as alarming and said the department leaders are investigating staffing failures in the district. Is that a staffing failure? No, it's not. as Mr. Ayala said, president of the Milwaukee Police Association, when you're 200 cops short and 50 detectives short, and your shootings and homicides are above where they are, everybody's overworked. How is it a police fault? Let me rephrase that. How is it the police department's fault that citizens act the fool? How? Ayala said, uncompetitive wages and stalled contract negotiations. That's normal. So stop it. Stop trying to make it bigger than it really is. These are normal contract negotiations. They've changed out the lawyer. The lawyer resigned, and now they've got a new person that they've got to now get up to speed, which means it's going to take more time. It's a committee meeting, so you're not going to have the mayor there. You're not going to have the police chief there. You're going to have a representative, sure. But nobody wants officers to come from their district to go work somewhere else. Nobody wants officers from their district to be rerouted and sent to another district. Somebody even tried to complain about that when they sent officers from District 2 to the north side, where unfortunately Officer Corder was shot and killed and his partner was shot. Burgellis, Alderman Peter Burgellis from the south side, said, I already have one squad car covering the entire Aldermanic district on the southwest side of Milwaukee. Well, you all should have thought about that before you bashed the police, bashed them in public, and so now people who want to be police officers now won't become police officers because they don't want to get disparaged. Well, now the time is over. Cops make good money. So let's not believe that lie. Cops on an average year working overtime can make significantly over $100,000. Oh, and by the way, working in a suburb ain't all it's cracked up to be. If I'm working in a suburb with 20 people and you're 2 ranks above me, right? Police officer, sergeant, lieutenant, captain. If you're big enough, you have an inspector, assistant chief, and chief. Most suburbs have maybe 3, maybe 4 ranks. In each of those ranks, there's only 1 or 2 people. You have mostly officers, a few sergeants, a few lieutenants, maybe 1, maybe 2 captains, who are the number 2 in that department. So when you talk about going somewhere and growing your career, unless you're willing to stay in that community and wait until your 35-year-old lieutenant who becomes the 40-year-old captain, who becomes the 45-year-old chief and works another 30 years, the odds of you moving up, the odds of you growing in your department means you have to move. Milwaukee, Madison, maybe Green Bay, State Patrol, are those departments that are large enough to be able to move up in the ranks and stay in the department. It happens in suburbs as well. But the bottom line is, how are you acting? How are your parents? Nobody wants to get to the crux of the problem in society. They want to blame police. When it's mental health, they want to blame the system. When in fact, it's the individual. And we're going to talk about that today. What are we going to do about mental health? What are we going to do about all those things? That in the 1950s, they had 55,000 beds nationwide for mental health, and now they only have got like 14,000. That was a concerted effort by insurance companies to make sure they didn't have to foot the bill, that the city foot the bill. So now we've got things built all over Milwaukee County where you can send people for behavioral health, and they don't have room either. But the bottom line is, how are parents raising their children?
Why aren't we telling people stop having children, that having a child out of wedlock is wrong? But people want to do what they want to do. And then they complain about you not agreeing with them. It's okay to disagree. It's okay to have different values, different morals. I get it. But this is a societal problem that we've allowed to happen. Notice I said we have allowed to happen because we didn't teach our children how to do what's right. And you could talk all the trash you want about it being Eurocentric and white this and white that. But during segregation, we started more businesses, more people were employed, more people were educated. We worked together. We bought from each other. We were still outnumbered, still outgunned. We were done wrong by this country. We were treated less than human and given no dignity at all, but we survived because of resilience and togetherness. And when I say togetherness, I mean we did not force other people to follow what we thought. We just did what was right for us. And so the next time I get chastised for being successful or get chastised for being elite or uppity or educated, I'm going to tell you like I tell everybody else, go kick rocks. Because you could have done it. You decided not to. The easy way does not work. When you see that phrase, no pain, no gain, it's true. Pain really is weakness leaving your body. And we have a generation that does not believe that. And so, yes, we are in trouble. The city of Milwaukee is in trouble. And until we change it, you're going to get now the same thing you got yesterday and the month before and the year before. When you complain to everybody, they want to blame the police. When you complain to everybody, they want to blame the system. But where's the leadership? Milwaukee does not have any. And I dare you to prove me wrong. We do not have leadership. We have weakness. We have people who are not willing to do the right thing to make this city safe. I said I'd talk about it today. Do you want justice? Or do you want safety? Or do you want both? Because not many people are willing to stand up for both. We talk a lot of trash. We talk about socialism and capitalism and what's best for everybody. You do what's best for you within the confines of this country. But in the end, leadership in Milwaukee is lacking. The roads are trash. The crime is trash. The air is trash. The businesses are trash. And instead of standing up and fighting for yourself, you fold in like a tent. We step over the hungry. We step over the homeless. Because now we've been conditioned that it's not us. And so we now lack humanity, and we lack the ability to show common decency to each other. So the race issue is going to continue, because if you can't get along in your own race, how you going to get along with a different one? If you can't get along in your own ethnicity, how you going to get along with somebody else's? And still the roads collapse. You've got sinkholes on the east side. You got flooding. And it's not even August yet. So the next few months, the next 4 months of nothing, get used to it. Because that's the only thing you're going to get from the leadership of Milwaukee. Crickets.
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 101.7 The Truth.
Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on August 5th.
Churio sends it deep to left, and there she goes.
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Atlanta Braves.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness. Third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Tune in August 5th at 6:15 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check your local listings to watch the game.
I've got to share that I am also a beneficiary of the Old National Bank Empowerment Loan Program. So, Tracy, with that being said, what is the Empowerment Loan Program?
Great. Well, the Empowerment Loan Program is a special purpose loan program that we launched 2 years ago. It has been a success. It was something, again, near and dear to the heart of not only our chairman and CEO, but just our organization as a whole. We work with contractors, consulting firms, retail food operations, daycares. In fact, so far, we've approved $50 million of loans to minority and women-owned businesses within a 2-year period.
And for those that are now leaning more into this conversation, what's the best way to get in contact with you as part of their interest in the Empowerment Loan Program?
I'm going to give you my cell phone number to the listeners. It's 414-687-7393. And if that doesn't work, feel free to reach me at my email, tracy.meeks@oldnational.com.
Tracy Meeks, Senior Vice President, Community Lending Market Executive from Old National Bank.
We believe that self-care isn't selfish. I'm Maddie from Sweet Talks, a women-owned and operated medical spa fostering self-love and confidence. We believe that beauty is about feeling empowered from within, and it's truly a passion for our team at Sweet Talks. Your goals are our goals. Our services go beyond injectables, including facials, lasers, medical weight loss, hormone therapy, and more. There's even a cafe, complimentary to all patients. Get started today at Sweet Talks in Menominee Falls. Learn more at sweettalks.com.
Adrian was seriously injured when a careless driver merged into her lane.
Gruber was there for everything that I needed. Any questions that I had, Gruber was there. They made me feel like everything about my situation and my accident was very important to them, and that made me feel good. And I would definitely call Gruber again for that.
Serving Wisconsin for over 35 years, Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
They go above and beyond for their clients.
Healthy beginnings create brighter futures. At Outreach Healthy Start, Healthy Hearts, families and experts unite to explore how early decisions from pregnancy to childhood shape lifelong health and well-being. Join Outreach on Thursday, July 31st from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. to learn how prenatal care, well-child visits, and healthy habits lay the foundation for strong hearts and strong futures. This event is free and open to Milwaukee families. Call 414-727-6320 to register today. That's 414-727-6320. Outreach Healthcare with Heart.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Where the city going? Where are we going? Where's the leadership? What kind of leadership you want to see? 833-212-1017. Hey, Truth Nation, make sure you join us. Our third annual Truth Family Fest is on Saturday, August 23rd from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Riverside University High School. Admissions to Truth Fest is absolutely, positively, beyond a shadow of a doubt, free. And a great place to have fun while celebrating with friends and family and folk you don't even know. And also Truth Nation. There will also be amazingly good food and great music and opportunity to win some big prizes for everyone attending. So make sure you save the date for our third annual Truth Family Fest on Saturday, August 23rd, 11 a.m. till 3 p.m. at Riverside University High School. Truth Family Fest is presented by Crash Course and U.S. Cellular. Also sponsored by Milwaukee Area Technical College, Landmark Credit Union, U.S. Bank, Milwaukee Public Schools, Gruber Law Offices, Educators Credit Union, and Riverside University High School. 833-212-1017 is the number. I think that was Al on the talk and text line. Let me see. Who was it? Yeah, Al W. was crying for some Roy Ayers and Grover Washington, and that's music. There's a fly in here, and I'm gonna kill this fly. I'm gonna kill it. They need to turn the air up, and the fly will die. But then again, I might too, because it might get too hot. 833-212-1017 is the number. Where's this city going? Like, what are we doing? Is there anything positive going on in the city? Like, is there anything positive? I don't know. I don't know whether or not there's anything positive. I'm trying to find it. I don't know what that means. You're shaking your head. Like, I can't hear you. I can't. Like what? I'm not talking about beautiful art being made. I'm talking about something positive that is moving the city forward. Art does not move the city forward. Black Arts Festival don't move the city forward. Summerfest don't move the city forward. Are you on the air, by the way? Be on the air then.
Oh, I didn't know I was allowed to be on the air.
I just said be on the air. So there you go. There you go.
Yeah, there's a lot of positive things going on in the city.
That are going to move the city forward?
Yeah,
art doesn't move the city forward.
I would say one of my good friends. Have you driven by the store Unfinished Legacy?
Okay, but what? Why?
I mean, that's a positive thing for kids to do. They have lots of community activities. Like, they'll have shirt printing things, and like a lot of kids.
What can I get out of shirt printing? I'm not bashing it, but what can I get out of shirt printing?
Oh no, it just helps. It just helps people.
People what?
Realize that they can, see something, visualize, and actually do it. That's the whole message behind the thing, Unfinished Legacy. So
anything else?
Yeah, there's a lot of. I mean, I'm an art guy.
Forget activity. Forget activity. Activity is activity. Anybody can find activity. Something positive. Are there jobs being created? Is there money being made in a legitimate, legal way? Like things that are going to move families forward, encourage home ownership, encourage investing, like things that are going to make your family better. Where are they?
I don't know. I don't. I'm not really. All the things I'm going to talk about are art stuff, because I was going to talk about, they just passed the act where there's funding for bringing movies and stuff like that and TV production to Wisconsin.
But it wasn't enough money.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying, but it is a positive thing. It's better than it was before.
Not really.
How so?
Anybody could bring. They've filmed movies in Milwaukee before.
Yeah, no, but it's more that thing was more geared towards like independent filmmakers and stuff like that.
Right.
And,
when we really need Hollywood production.
Well, you got to start off somewhere.
That's not true.
I don't know.
I've worked in the business. It's not true. If you want to be big, you got to go big.
Yeah.
If you want to, we have this thing where we just keep starting small. Well, let's start small, and let's create a task force, and it's over. Like, you're losing too much of the city. You're losing the streets. You're losing boys and girls, men and women in the city. They're dying.
Yeah, no, that's definitely not good. I mean, I'm just saying all the stuff that I was talking about is just like art stuff. And I mean, you know, places like Georgia and now Louisiana and stuff like that, they started off small. I mean, Georgia started off small, but now they're taking all the business from Hollywood and stuff like that. I just think
they're not taking all the business from Hollywood.
They're taking a lot of business from Hollywood.
They're not taking a lot of business. They just have a studio there, and it's just another place to shoot.
Oh no,
because it's not it because they have the tax credits.
Yes.
And we don't have the tax credits. So this little fund you started isn't going to really do anything.
Yeah.
Because Milwaukee thinks small.
Well, that's more for the state of Wisconsin, but yeah.
Again,
yeah.
Milwaukee thinks small. Milwaukee really is the state of Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah.
So the bottom line is, what are we doing? Where are the business? Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Where are the businesses? Where's the yeah. Am I just being negative? 833-212-1017 because nobody's showing me anything. Art doesn't tell me anything. It's just art. So what's the graduation rate? What colleges are kids going to? You know, I just had an idea. Okay. I just had another idea. We can't do it till next April or May. But we gotta, yeah. We give away everything for free. Something's gotta change. This is the first day. Day's not up. Let me hush. You know, cops believe in jinxing. You know what I'm saying? Believe in jinxing. And whenever I say that, somebody says, well, you're not a cop anymore. When you become a cop, you're a cop your whole life. It don't matter if you quit, retire, you're a cop. So I'm perplexed. One day I want to stay here. Next day I don't want to. One day I want to move to a suburb. Next day I don't want to. Every time I hear somewhere that say there was a story on one of the TV stations about the ex-mayor of one of the south suburbs who, oh my God, I heard shots fired. Really, dude? Really? I don't know. 833-212-1017 is the number. I need some ideas. I need y'all to help me out. What are we going to do? What exactly are we going to do? Josh said blankety blanks and their families are destroying the city. So then what are we doing to fix the city? You know the only way to fix it and to be safe is to administer justice. That means people get arrested and go to jail, which means you can't complain when they get arrested and go to jail. You can't. You cannot have it both ways. You're talking out of both sides of your mouth, which I guess you have to when you open your mouth. But anyway. Al W. said, come on, Doc, you know that was a jam, and that's a pretty dark perspective of the city. Well, then prove me wrong. Show me and make me wrong. That's what I'm asking. He goes on to say, just because there's been a lot of negative things said and done about the city, there are still yet many, and I'm sure he's about to say many great things going on in Milwaukee. Like what? I'm asking. Like what? 833-212-1017 is the number. What? What are some of the positive things in this city that are moving the city forward? What moves the city forward? Economics, new jobs, entrepreneurship, building anywhere but downtown, roads that actually work, and they started some work on the road, so thank you. But to what point? Property taxes are going up, but I'm not seeing anything change. I know it takes time. Give me a plan. What's the plan? If you have a plan, you could at least deviate from the plan, but we don't even have a plan. And if they do, they're keeping it pretty hidden. Expressways are breaking down. Everybody all over the city is talking about how, I was talking to my daughter the other day, and she was saying how the roads where she lives are crumbling and the expressways. And I said, those were built when I was a kid. Those expressways are 10 years younger than me. That's ridiculous. We just patch stuff. Let somebody else that's in office next time do it. I'm retiring. I'm leaving. And we'll put politicians in who are there for the paycheck and are there for their political career, and they don't give two flips about their quote-unquote constituents. Al, if you say it's a pretty dark perspective, then show me some light. Show me some light. Laron, or Laren, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Anywhere but downtown, what's first making areas safe for business to invest, and invest will make areas safer? Yes, it will. Because here's what people don't understand, right? Gentrification is a naturally occurring thing. When you build a better community, you get better people. It's not by accident Wauwatosa's taxes went up. Some people 54% on average. You know why? Because you can keep certain people out of your neighborhood. Now, is that to say people that are lower middle income or low income don't take care of their property? No. But when you come from a background where nobody ever took care of anything anyway, you have to show them. That's what the schools are for. Show how to cook, how to clean, how to wash, how to take care of yourself, how the economy actually works at a base level. We got low reading and math scores. I'm telling you, if you increase reading and math, everything else will follow suit. When kids can see what they can be, it is amazing. That is how all of us got to where we are. We saw someone else doing it and said, I want to do that. And then we did it. Somebody said they kicked black folks out of Brewers Hill and businesses moved in. Yeah. But did you take care of it when you were in Brewers Hill? There's some truths, it seems, that black people don't want to acknowledge because they have an idea in their head of what something is. If you save up, purchase in a neighborhood that has houses, your crime's going to go down. Income, whatever the average income is, and the education in a neighborhood will dictate the crime level. You can add all the things you want, all the psychology and communication and sociology and AI and technology. You can add everything you want, and it comes down to education level and how much money you make. And that will dictate whether or not you will be, you ready? Not just the person who commits a crime, but the victim as well. And so we got a lot of statements and people saying a lot, but I haven't heard one idea on how to change it. I gave you mine. Start with the kids in elementary school, start with the kids and tell them this is how you should be, this is how you need to be. We complain about it, but guess what? That's what white folks do. You will go to school. Your grade level shall be a B or higher, and I'm not taking anything less. It doesn't matter what I don't have. You're a child. I'm an adult. Don't go out having 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 kids. If you want to, that's great. Either do it after you're married or after you're an adult. Then you can do whatever you want. But we're not telling people anything. Let them be who they are. Let them live the life they want. Well, now you have Milwaukee. You are going the way of Detroit 20 years ago. 20 years ago, nobody wanted to live in Detroit. Now, everybody wants to live in Detroit. Have you been to Detroit? It is a beautiful city now because somebody decided, no, I know what it was. They got a police chief that said, we're not putting up with this anymore. You commit a crime, we're going to write you a ticket. If you go to municipal court, we're not going to get rid of the ticket. We're not going to help the poor people out. Nope, you're going to get a payment plan. Oh, you need a job? Oh, we got jobs over here. See all those people on those desks? Yeah, they all got jobs. So here's what you can do. Work there part-time if you have to. Pay off your ticket. Job. But we won't do that. It used to be military, right? Oh, you're in trouble? Okay, jail, military. We can't even get you in the military now because what? You smoke too much weed. You committed too many crimes. You don't have a good driving record. I mean, all those things count. All the data shows it. Most people that graduate from college don't have a lot of those things. And now we're trying to poo-poo college and tell people go into the trades. No. Go into the trade in college. Go to MATC right there and become an electrician or what. But we don't do that because I know when you get that extra, when you get that extra education, you know, that liberal arts education that teaches you the reading and the writing and the arithmetic and the sociology and the psychology and all communication and all those things that you go, it all comes together and you're able to use it in every part of your life. Hate when I hear kids, I'm not good at math. You don't use it every day. Are you good at English? Yes. Isn't it amazing people that don't know how to read and write, but they can talk? Why is that? Because they talk every day. And when you talk every day, you mimic other people who speak certain ways, and then you speak the King's English, and you play the game. And that's how you win. I only pass math because I did it every day. Got to do it every day. Got to do statistics every day. You'll forget it. Okay, let me do it. Let me work out all this stuff. And you do it, and you win. And that's it. So this cutting kids out, we're not an agrarian society anymore, so stopping kids from being off over the summer is the first thing. Everything is reading. Everything is writing. And everything is math. And Dimitri said, yes, go to MATC. You don't have to go to Marquette or Harvard. No. If you want to go to Marquette and Harvard, go to Marquette and Harvard. Just do your first 2 years at MATC, WCTC, Madison College. Get it in. Figure out all the kinks and the trying to make school, figure out how to study and all that at MATC. They'll teach you. They've got career counselors. They do that. Then when you get to Harvard, Marquette, Concordia University, guess what? You'll do 2 years, smoke through, be a B+ A student, and go on about your business. Because that's the game you have to play. And kids aren't winning, and shootings are happening. You know what? We need to stop looking at the things people have in common for homicides. Crime, you either were convicted of a crime or you were a victim. You had alcohol on board and you knew each other. Those are those three things that every homicide, you could track 2 or 3 of those. But there's something else we need to start tracking too. Education. What's the education level of people? What were their grades? We're in trouble. And now with 101.7 The Truth Traffic, here's Debbie Lassica.
Well, we had that earlier accident on Highway 100 northbound at Center Street. They were able to clear that one, and everything's reopened now, so that's good news. Bad news is we do still have an accident on the ramp from southbound 43 to 794 eastbound with cars on either shoulder, so that's something you want to keep an eye out for. Got some delays westbound 94 from about 35th Street all the way through almost to Hawley Road. Back on the brakes through the Zoo Interchange into Waukesha County, and then again from Moreland Road all the way past Calhoun. Southbound on the bypass, backing up from just before Greenfield Avenue, and then it'll take you all the way down and around the Hale Interchange. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, smoky but clear, a low of 61. Tomorrow, sunny and beautiful, a high of 74. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Laziga on 101.7 The Truth.
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris returns after this on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Summer in Milwaukee is nonstop. Festivals, live music, and fresh city vibes fill the season you already know. From world-famous cultural celebrations to hidden gem street fairs, every neighborhood is a stage, alive with handcrafted traditions, homegrown talent, and world-class entertainment. Music, flavor, culture, whenever you visit, the Cream City is ready to celebrate. This summer, don't just visit. Make sure you experience Milwaukee, the city of festivals.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here. American Family Insurance can help protect your dream home for whatever comes next. You can live in your own oasis or your own clubhouse. Whatever you choose, get the right coverage. Save up to 23% by bundling home and auto. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI and its operating companies. 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is your Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin Community Impact Moment on 1017 The Truth.
What was the life change? You know, we all know it happened and we know things happen and you have bad kidneys, but what was the life change afterwards?
A couple things. Before they even allow you to get on the list, they make you go through a battery of tests. And, you know, a lot of people don't qualify because they're overweight or they have high blood pressure or high cholesterol. So all those things are requirements before you can even get approved to be on the list. So I had...
Wait, you got to be approved to be on the list?
Absolutely.
Wow.
It's interesting. There's a professional athlete or former professional athlete I know right now that has kidney disease and he's on dialysis and he wants to get on the list and he's not accepting all the things you have to do, you know, to get on the list. But yeah, so for me, I spent 30 years in the automobile industry. You know, that's 12, 14-hour days, eating whatever somebody brings you to eat, whatever you run out and grab, McDonald's, whatever. It was never salads and, you know.
Yeah, but that was a
water.
choice, right?
It was a choice. Yeah. But I had to change all of that to even qualify to be on the list. I had to get down to the weight I had to be at. I had to get my phosphorus under control, my potassium under control.
Wait a minute, even though somebody said they would give you a kidney,
absolutely,
you had to still make yourself eligible?
Absolutely.
Nah, that's okay.
When I mentioned the athlete, his relative actually died, and they wanted to take his organs, and they couldn't because he wasn't qualified. He wasn't on the list. Wow. Yeah, you have to be.
So there are over 100,000 people on that waiting list. So they are very serious.
And how many donors do we have?
And that's the problem. We don't have nearly enough donors.
Wow.
And that's why it's such a critical need. But they are serious about who they're giving that gift of life to because there are so many people who are literally dying waiting for it.
To make an impact by donating blood in your community, visit versity.org today. This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Make sure you stream and watch us live on YouTube at 1017thetruth.com. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never, ever, ever miss a minute of a live show. Of course, you can always listen back anytime on 1017 The Truth, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or tune in to YouTube. So 833-212-1017 is the number. Sandra, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. You got 2 minutes. What's going on?
No, I got an hour.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
No.
2 minutes.
No, I don't even want an hour. I was just listening, and I was listening to you saying we bashed the cops and all this stuff. That's not true. And I don't know. I just kind of like I have to cringe at a lot of stuff being said because a lot of stuff is not true because it's starting to sound like Fox News. That's all they do, especially Hannity, them kind of people. They bash black people all the time in our cities and where's your husband at and all this stuff. You and I both know that those are the things
and the maladies in the black community that have caused families to break apart and go down. We blame crack. We blame incarceration. But if you don't commit a crime, you don't get arrested. I'm not talking about the people who actually get in trouble because the cops profile them. We know that happens. We know. I've been victim of it. I get it. But it's not at a level where it's a boatload of black people in jail because the cops profiled them.
Yeah.
So at some point, when will we take responsibility for us? When will we look at the things that, no, we don't. You yourself just said, you yourself just blamed Fox News for saying something about somebody. But if you don't do it, can't nobody talk about it. Like, I don't understand that.
That's not true, though. They lie. They lie. That's pretty lies. That's what they call it. I forget what they call that. Yeah.
We ain't talking about we don't have to talk about Fox News. You always want to blame something else.
No, I'm just saying you hear so much negativity about us.
Well, then prove me wrong.
Yes, you do, Dr.
Prove
Ken.
me
There's
wrong.
so much negativity.
I never said I wasn't. Why don't you listen, Sandra? Listen.
I do.
Prove me wrong.
Listen to you.
Prove me
wrong.
wrong.
You asked us what
you got to answer then prove me wrong. Tell me.
I can't tell you. Everybody in this city is not like that.
I never said that.
And a lot of stuff. I don't ever hear nobody say nothing good about
That's
us.
what I'm asking for.
It's always,
you ain't told me nothing
well,
good.
You know something good about me.
Thank you, Sandra.
There's a lot of good stuff. I ain't out there commit no crime.
Thank you, Sandra.
You don't like to hear that, Dr. Ken. You don't like to hear that.
Don't like to hear
I'm coming there with a side. I'm protesting. I'm coming with a side.
Don't like to hear what?
I don't want to hear us bash black people all the time.
Give me something good.
That's what I don't like to hear. No, look, Robin Frost.
Okay, I put her on hold. Then tell me something good. Don't complain that I'm saying something bad. Counter me. Literally, I am begging you to prove me wrong. Like, what is that?
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris returns after this on 1017 The Truth, the Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Milwaukee, it's time to turn the TV off and turn your speakers up so you can hear what the future leaders of the world have to say. Truth Nation, I'm proud to present the 8 Block, powered by City on the Hill and 1017 The Truth, hosted by me, your boy, Ben Jammin. Every other Saturday at 9 a.m., 8 Milwaukee teams will share stories and laughs that will speak truth to what matters most in their lives.
I'm here to discover different levels about myself.
I'm really here to get my name out there and have a different perspective on life.
So tap in every other Saturday at 9 a.m. Truth Nation, welcome to the 8 Block.
It's 1017 The Truth's Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. For windows with the strongest resilience, you need the Pella Experience. The Pella Experience Center in Brookfield lets you see, feel, open, close, and compare dozens of windows and door options from 7 different Pella lines side by side. A friendly expert can go over Pella's endless possibilities for all price ranges, from colors to hardware to custom designs, ensuring you get the best possible look for your home. Pella truly believes that quality windows and doors don't have to be expensive. With a range of affordable options and products assembled in the U.S., you get the look you want at a price you can afford. Stop by soon, because if you order by July 31st, you can get 0% interest for up to 5 years. Certain restrictions apply. Visit the Pella Experience Center in Brookfield. It's off Blue Mound Road, kitty corner to Cops, or schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You can be the light helping Milwaukee students reach college. Join the UNCF Walk for Education August 2nd at Veterans Park, our 41st year of lighting the way. Meet our inspiring 2025 Grand Marshals and Torchbearers. Your help funds scholarships for local students. Bring your coworkers, friends, and family for awards, great food, and community spirit. Every step taken lights the way to someone's future. Visit mkauncf.info today.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. You know, August, tomorrow, is Black Business Month, and the award-winning 1017 The Truth is teaming up with Associated Bank to celebrate the excellence of Black-owned businesses in our community. Together, we're committed to uplifting local organizations and supporting Black businesses. That's why our very own Carrie Noni Juice will be hosting a Black Business Spotlight on Tuesday, August 26th from 6 to 7. She'll spotlight 3 locally owned Black businesses and tell their story of success. Whatever your financial needs are, Associated Bank can help. Member FDIC. They've been a great founding partner of 1017 The Truth. They have done some phenomenal things with Black businesses here in the city of Milwaukee. 833-212-1017 is the number. That's what I'm doing. I'm searching. Laurent say anywhere but downtown. What's first making areas safe for businesses to invest will make areas safer? Well, by cleaning up the crime. What about low reading and math scores? I already talked about that. After they kicked Black folks out of Brewer Hill, I believe we could stop being naive and start building high security homes in downtown area and make it mandatory for businesses to take high security safety measures. They already do. So at some point, you just need to stop breaking in their business. And if you do, lock them up. When we come back, top 5 at 5. And somebody asked me, how do I feel about sagging pants? We'll see.
You see, my friend, I need someone who feels and needs the same as I am searching.
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Hello, my name is Cindy, and I'm a rising sophomore and a proud Tiger at Riverside University High School. What I love about Riverside is the coursework that really helps me get ready for college. At Riverside, students can take advanced placement and dual enrollment classes and earn college credits while they are still in high school. I love that Riverside has so many clubs like forensics, student council, robotics, and the chess club. With so many options, there is something for everyone. On Saturday, August 23rd from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., please join us at Riverside for the Truth Family Fest. We will have entertainment, food trucks, and vendors.
From the biggest stars to the greatest moments, Behind the Bucks is Bucks history like you've never heard it before. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
The biggest snowflakes out here have always been the white Republicans, who are so gung-ho on protecting the feelings of white kids while they ignore the needs of other kids. If Milwaukee's youth has a problem with fighting, well, white youth have a problem with being destructive and offensive. So it is sad that our government is actively working to de-emphasize educating and uplifting students of color in different backgrounds on college campuses. That emphasis is going to be diminished, and the only kids that will suffer will be our kids. They were willing to hold up the advancement of the state of Wisconsin because they disagree with DEI. What are white Republicans afraid of? Why are they afraid to face the fact that their grandmas and grandpapas were part of a system which purposely held black folks back and failed to give us the access that we deserve? Until these politicians stop ignoring these egregious acts of hate and racial incidents, America can never be great again.
Catch Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace every weekday from noon to 1 p.m. on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
The more you listen to your kids, the closer you'll be. So we asked kids, what do you want your parents to hear?
I feel sometimes that I'm not listened to. I would just want you to listen to me more often and evaluate situations with me and lead me towards success.
We're not adults, so just be there and listen. I just want someone to yap to. And I just feel like I'll be fine if someone just hears me talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk.
You're doing a really good job. And I don't think I tell you that enough. And I know sometimes we get into it and it's just hard on both of us. But try to understand me more and I'll try to do the same.
Listening is a form of love. Find resources to help you support your kids and their emotional well-being at sounditouttogether.org. That's sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Pivotal.
Breaking news, weather, entertainment, and sports. We have it all here. This is 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 1017 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Rhea Riley with your news update. The Milwaukee Police Association responding to city leaders who want solutions to address recent violence downtown. MPA President Alexander Ayala.
All these ideas are not going to go anywhere because we don't have the staffing to do them. And that is very frustrating for me and my officers who are already facing a very dangerous job where they're getting shot and killed in a line of duty, and then we don't have a contract. On top of all of this.
Ayala says the department continues to face low recruitment and low wages. Mayor Cavalier Johnson's office says the city is engaged in ongoing discussions. A police chase for a reckless driver turns deadly on Brady Street. Milwaukee police began pursuing a vehicle near 12th and Center around 9 p.m. Tuesday night. The driver refused to stop and crashed into another car near Humboldt and Brady. The 28-year-old man of the struck vehicle died, and a 27-year-old passenger is being treated for injuries. Police say a 22-year-old woman who was the driver of the fleeing vehicle was taken into custody. Wisconsin has joined a multi-state lawsuit challenging the Trump administration's demand that states turn over personal data of people enrolled in the SNAP program. The federally funded food assistance program serves more than 42 million people nationwide. The USDA says the data will help it combat waste, fraud, and abuse. But in the lawsuit, Wisconsin Attorney General Josh Kaul and the coalition argued that this demand violates multiple federal privacy laws. The states are seeking an injunction to block the data transfer. This has been your news update. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris continues on the new 1017 The Truth.
Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Where did the hour go? X stole it. That's what it was. He stole it. He ripped it off. He was like, nope, this ain't yours. I'm taking it. And he stole my hour. I'm just saying. Before we go to the top 5 at 5, blackpressusa.com. A new poll shows Americans value skilled trades, but say they're overlooked. The new Harris poll reveals that while Americans overwhelmingly view skilled trades as essential to society, they believe that the field is undervalued, overlooked in schools, and facing a generational perception gap that could deepen the labor shortage crisis already gripping the nation. According to the poll conducted June 20th through the 22nd of this year, 2,203 adults nationwide, 91% agreed that skilled trade jobs are just as important as white-collar jobs, and 63% strongly agree. Still, 86% say skilled trade careers are overlooked by today's educational system. How many schools we got in Milwaukee that do it? Like, well, what about Bradley Trade? I said, that's something that, watch this. When I grew up in Chicago, we had vocational schools. There were, Dunbar, CVS, Simeon. There were about 4 or 5 vocational schools. Was Bowen a vocational school? I'm trying to think. There was one on the east side, Prosser, and on the west side, Prosser, and it was another one. Anyway, they were scattered all over the city, and when you went there, you had to major in something, and it had to be a trade. Now, the trades were a little different back then because they included things like home ec, design, architecture, all that. But you had to have a major when you left. You had a skill when you left. Mine was architectural drafting, designing homes. I still love it today, haven't done it in a while. But I had to learn every single thing about designing a home, from the foundation to the different types of roofs, chimneys, direction, all that. We don't have that anymore. Younger people appear less confident in the opportunities that trades provide. People don't understand the business you can build from a trade. People in my family in their 30s and 40s, you know what they told me the other day? I'm going into welding. And I said, welding? And they said, yeah, welding. They said, why? They said, because this person, that person, this person, that person is hiring for welders. But they want people that are adults who can think through and make decisions quicker than somebody that's spanking brand new, right? But you work in welding, and for 2 years, you make about $60,000, $70,000. And then after that, your income goes up like a rocket. They got to build airplanes. They got to build roads and bridges, and they need welders. That's just welding. That's not electronics. That's not electricity. That's not printing, all that. And with all of it, you're going to have to use a computer. While older Americans tend to view trade as viable, either preferable career paths, many younger adults are deterred by factors such as societal prestige, college pressure. I want to be a medical doctor. I want to be a lawyer. I want to be an engineer. And uncertain about pay. Gen Z respondents also pointed to concerns about automation, job security, and inflexible work structures. Okay, so here's the deal. This inflexible work structure and wanting to have time to yourself, toughen yourself up, life sucks. It really does. Interspersed with absolutely beautiful times and beautiful spaces and vacations and spending time with family, right? You only go to work 8 hours, maybe 10. That means the majority of your day is yours. But just think about that. Career paths in technology and healthcare dominate perceptions of opportunity, but skilled trades are still among the top 5 areas across all generations. Among boomers, it ranks second only to tech, and even Gen Z ranks skilled trades above careers in law, teaching, in finance. Now, here's the last one before we go to top 5 at 5. A majority of Americans now say they would advise high school graduates to pursue a vocational or trade school path over traditional 4-year college. I would say do both. Only 36% of Gen Z would recommend college over trades. That figure rises steadily with age, with 41% of boomers backing trade school routes for graduating seniors. So it's there. All we have to do is take advantage of it. After my top 5 at 5, 833-212-1017 is the number. What do you think? By the way, 5 o'clock, it's 70 degrees. It's smoky outside. We've got another one of those warnings. The Canadian fires are here. So if you feel kind of hazy or like me, if your voice is kind of scratchy, it's because of the fire. Or it's X's fault because we blame him for everything.
Number 5.
From WISN.com, City of Milwaukee is set to pay $600,000 to settle 2 long-standing police misconduct cases involving civil rights violations against detainees. One case involves Isaiah Taylor, the son of then state senator, now Judge Lena Taylor, who was 16 years old when he was detained by police outside of their home on Capitol Drive during an investigation into robberies he was not involved in. The interaction was recorded on a body camera, and Lena Taylor said 10 years ago regarding her son's experience, it's an unwanted, unnecessary rite of passage that many boys go through his age. The officers questioned Taylor about his actions, with one officer stating, the reason we stopped you is because you were running. And another one adding, you looked back at us and took off faster. Taylor responded, I wasn't running faster. A city committee voted to pay Taylor $350,000 to settle his lawsuit. For the reasons discussed in closed session, recommend adoption of the substitute resolution, the committee said. Civil rights attorney Jonathan Groth, who was not involved in the case, said everyone's human. You may mess up, but if you mess up to the extent it sounds like these police officers may have messed up, well, then the city is obligated to pay the cost. So once again, taxpayers are paying. Groth added, enough of these lawsuits will hopefully change their minds and change their processes, change their procedures so it doesn't happen next time. The second settlement involves a Chicago family. Now get this, who will be paid $250,000 after being handcuffed and held in squad cars at the scene of a homicide in 2021 despite being witnesses. One of the 3 children involved was just 12. Now, let's flip this around so that we see both sides. I've been at some of those scenes, and people act a fool. They're emotional, they scream, they holler, they want to get at people, they want to beat up people they think did it, and all that. So there had to be an inciting incident that would cause a police officer to handcuff a 12-year-old. And I've seen some things that 12-year-olds have done, and it's either or, number one. Number two, you should be able to handle a 12-year-old who's emotional. I wasn't there. They've got body cam footage, and clearly the police officers were wrong. Or is the city just paying because that's what they do? So only time will tell.
Number 4.
From Fox6Now.com, Slender Man. Remember him? Remember the girls? The one got out already. Well, Morgan Geiser appeared in court today to discuss her conditional release plan. Remember her? She was one of 2 people convicted in the Slender Man stabbing that took place more than a decade ago. Appeared in court today, had a motion hearing, and during the hearing, Waukesha County judge said he plans to approve placing Morgan Geiser in a group home in Sun Prairie. Geiser will have to wear a GPS monitor. The decision comes after Geiser's lawyer felt a placement in Manitowoc would not be suitable for her. The lawyer representing Geiser argues Sun Prairie has more resources and treatment options for Geiser. The date of her release has not been set. Geiser's lawyer hopes it will be sometime in the first week of April. The attorney, Anthony Cotton, said Morgan's got to be placed in a facility that's suitable for her, and this is a suitable facility. She's going to be safe. she's going to be monitored closely supervised as she transitions back into the community. I wish her and Anissa Weir were monitored closely back in 2014, but beggars can't be choosers, I guess. I mean, I think it's unfortunate, but she has a mental health issue, and that mental health issue needs to be taken care of. Hey, did you hear about Shannon Sharp? Yep, he's out.
Number 3.
Well, weeks after Shannon Sharp settled his sexual assault lawsuit, ESPN said, see ya. They didn't add the wouldn't want to be you, though. Shannon Sharp's partnership has ended with ESPN. The sports network told New York Times, The Athletic, that it has officially cut ties with the NFL Hall of Famer. The decision yesterday comes weeks after he reportedly settled a $50 million lawsuit that accused him of sexual assault. The allegations first emerged in April. Sharp announced his plans to step back from his appearances on the network, and at this juncture, he said, I'm electing to step aside temporarily. Well, ESPN said otherwise. So, earlier this month, the former NFL tight end settled his lawsuit with Gabriela Zuniga, the Jane Doe who alleged sexual assault, harassment, battery, rape, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. So, her lawyer, why isn't my mouse working? Her lawyer, Tony Busby, announced news of the settlement on X. Ain't that a great way to find out something on X? I tell you. Oh, speaking of people with some explaining to do, I think Ice Cube got some explaining to do too.
Number 2.
From blackamericaweb.com. So Ice Cube finally gave an explanation why he couldn't offer Angel Reese the same $5 million deal he offered Caitlin Clark. I don't really understand that. I don't get it. Cube explained that if he offered Angel Reese a Big 3 opportunity, it would be different because she wouldn't have that same impact for the league. She's a great player, Cube said of Reese. The thing with Caitlin Clark, it will unlock millions of dollars for the league because of her stardom, while our sponsors were telling us they didn't tell us the same about Angel Reese, so I don't know if we can make that same offer. So what do you think? Should Ice Cube have given Angel Reese the same offer? 833-212-1017. While both players are enjoying success on the WNBA court, the money isn't really reflecting their value, with Clark not even pulling in 6 figures with her rookie contract. Well, she couldn't. The money is rolling in on endorsement tip, with Clark reeling in $11 million. Angel Reese is also enjoying a bump in her already sky-high popularity thanks to her improved play on the court, averaging 14 points and 12.5 rebounds per game. Reese also just launched her signature sneaker with Reebok, the Angel Reese 1, which recently debuted in the Me Bounds colorway during the WNBA All-Star Weekend. Well, folks on X ain't really feeling Ice Cube. Many said that Ice Cube's been telling us he truly is for years based on his political stance. So we always go to politics. Well, politics aren't the same, so we're... Oh, stop it. Oh, by the way, we need a Judge Hannah Dugan update.
Number 1.
From JS Online. So the question, John Dietrich and Daniel Bice from Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel are asking, did Judge Hannah Dugan say she would take the heat for her actions? Well, prosecutors allege Milwaukee County Judge Hannah Dugan said in April that she would take the heat for her actions before she directed an undocumented immigrant wanted for arrest out a side door typically used by jurors in a courtroom. Asked about the quote, Dugan's lawyers say they are under court order restricting their ability to discuss the evidence in the case. But they noted in court filings this week that they believe prosecutors have, quote, misstated or misrepresented other facts. Stephen Biskubik, who used to be the U.S. attorney for this district, said for the Seventh Circuit, said Judge Dugan has entered a not guilty plea and asserts her innocence. We disagree with the government's characterization of the evidence and look forward to presenting the full facts in court. In the meantime, we will continue to honor the protective order preventing public comment on alleged evidence. So, Milwaukee County judge is charged with obstructing federal immigration officers who were seeking to arrest Eduardo Flores Ruiz, the immigrant appearing on a misdemeanor battery charge in Dugan's court. So you let a guy walk out who, okay, I'm done. We talked about it when it happened, and I don't really understand what the heck is going on. So. No, I'm taking it now. I don't care. No. We'll be right back.
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Here at the new 1017 The Truth, we aim to be a staple in Milwaukee's Black community. We are committed to partnering with local organizations and supporting Black-owned businesses. We are proud to call Milwaukee our city and promise to be a positive reflection of our community. We look forward to celebrating Black culture and excellence with you every day as we make history and continue to uplift the voices in our city. Join us for the journey at the new 1017 The Truth, founded by Gruber Law Offices, Milwaukee Black Talk.
Strong moms build strong families. Outreach is Healthy Starts, Healthy Hearts empowers parents with tools for healthy pregnancies, heart smart habits, and thriving kids. Join us on Thursday, July 31st from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. to learn about prenatal care, well child visits, and more. The event is free at our Capitol Drive location and open to all families. Call 414-727-6320 to register today. That's 414-727-6320. Outreach. Healthcare with heart.
Every step lights the way to brighter futures. Join us for the 41st annual UNCF Milwaukee Walk/Run for Education on Saturday, August 2nd at Veterans Park. Meet our 2025 Grand Marshals and Torchbearers as we light the path for Milwaukee students to achieve their college dreams. Start a team, bring your family, and help us raise funds that change lives. Awards, food, and fun await. Register today at mkeuncf.info. Light the way. Walk for education.
Why did Old National Bank decide to create this program?
You know, it was something that was near and dear to the heart of our chairman and CEO, Jim Bryant. Jim wanted us to do more in the African American communities, more with minority-owned businesses. So he approached Roland Shelton, who was my boss in Evansville, Indiana, and said, Roland, we need to do more. We need to create a program that's going to allow individuals, minority-owned businesses, women-owned businesses to access capital a lot better than traditionally we've been doing. And so we created the Empowerment Loan Program 2 years ago.
And for those that are now leaning more into this conversation, what's the best way to get in contact with you as part of their interest in the Empowerment Loan Program?
I'm going to give you my cell phone number to the listeners. It's 414-687-7393. And if that doesn't work, feel free to reach me at my email, tracy.meeks@oldnational.com.
Tracy Meeks, Senior Vice President, Community Lending Market Executive from Old National Bank.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. For windows with the strongest resilience, you need the Pella Experience. The Pella Experience Center lets you see, feel, open, close, and compare dozens of windows and door options from 7 different Pella lines, side by side. Stop by soon, like today, because if you order by today, July 31st, you get 0% interest for up to 5 years. Certain restrictions apply. Visit the Pella Experience Center in Brookfield or schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com. That's PellaWI.com. 833-212-1017 is the number before I hit the talk and text line and the YouTube chat. Tiffany, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, Dr. Ken?
I'm doing wonderful.
That is wonderful. So I'm calling in about this basketball and Reese and Clark.
Right.
Now, Clark, to me, has completely underperformed. She's been sitting on the bench and because she continues to get injured. And I think it's a crying shame that Ice Cube, who's seen a lot of success, because his community rallied behind him as he was coming up, stayed there. One of his own, and I'm really disappointed to hear that.
Well, I am too, and I think that it's unfortunate because he could have made Angel Reese a household name, and he didn't, and I think that Angel Reese was just another black player in the WNBA that is dominated by black women. And Caitlin Clark was the great white hope, and she's not living up to it.
Right, and I completely agree with you. But let me just say this: Caitlin Clark, again, she's been sitting on the bench, and Reese is also a brand in her own right. She, I hope somebody else is able to work with her and give her what she has earned. I'm sick and tired of seeing, people like myself and in my community getting passed over and overlooked because they don't think that that's what the country is, wants or is ready for. I mean, look at Michael Jordan back in the 80s, 90s when he, was at his peak. He dominated everything. And I think it's a missed opportunity for Ice Cube to not rally behind her. And, she is a superstar. And I enjoy watching her. And for those people that have not seen the WNBA, it is so much more exciting in my view. So much is going on off the court and on the court. I mean, those women play aggressively. They're serious, and it's exciting to watch. And I'm very happy we're finally getting our day in prime time.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for calling, Tiffany. I appreciate it. Long time no see.
All right. Yeah, I'll see you around. I'll come find you.
All right.
All right. Have a good one now. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye. 833-212-1017 is the number. Al, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Well, yeah, so first thing I wanted to say, if people knew how to act, you wouldn't need a whole lot of police. But I think we got to get out of this thing of let's keep everything in-house. Now, some of y'all know them kids ain't no good. They wasn't no good yesterday, they ain't good today, and they ain't going to be good tomorrow. So we need to go on and stop it. I think the moral of the story is when it came to the crime in the inner city, they let it go too long. They should have been issuing tickets. That's why they say you have a legal guardian till you're 18.
Yeah, but you're only picking on me because I'm black, Al. You're only picking on me because I'm black.
Well, if your kid do something, you need to pay for it. And if you file bankruptcy, the ticket should be triple. And if the daddy is not in the picture, fine him and issue him a ticket too. But we got to stop keeping this stuff in-house because it ain't did nothing for us. And whether you like it or not, if they talk about it, you're still going to be grouped with them anyway, even when you try to, do something different. So I say, hey, lock them up, give them tickets. You can't save everybody. And for the ones who don't want to do right, let them rot. Because what's going to happen? You're going to be a victim. I'm going to be a victim. Somebody going to be paying a premium, and they're going to say, well, they can't pay for the ticket. Well, they didn't care what they wasn't doing, what they were supposed to do, and everybody keep forgetting free will, because when y'all grew up and y'all parents didn't have a lot, they still had pride. But when y'all want to put on them Cartier glasses, y'all want to look good for everybody else, y'all know how to act. So we need to stop it. If they mess up, they need to pay. If they go to jail and they come back out, they need to go back and get a nice long probation. We don't care what they're going through. Do they care what they're going through? Do they care about society? Do they care about free will? Nope, you don't care, so I don't care anymore. And I just leave it at that. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
I don't know if you could follow that up with anything. because I agree with 100% of what he said. And that's it. And now with 101.7 The Truth traffic, here's Debbie Lazica.
All right, still dealing with an accident on 4394 southbound. The two right lanes blocked at Beecher because of this crash. They're hooking up some of the cars to a tow truck. So you just want to give them a wide berth, let them have lots of room to work there. It is going to be pretty solid all the way down from Capitol Drive to that point. On the northbound side, we've got backups from before Fond du Lac Avenue all the way up past North. There is an accident, car left over on the right shoulder, right behind the barrels, right about at North Avenue as well. Eastbound 94 got delays heading through the Barker Road area to Brookfield Road, back on the brakes from 92nd Street all the way through to about 35th, with the westbound side heavy from about 20th Street to 35th Street, and then again from the Zoo interchange all the way to Calhoun. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, smoky but clear, a low of 61. Tomorrow, sunny and beautiful with a high of 74. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazica on 101.7 The Truth.
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris returns after this on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
It's your girl Noni Juice for Sweet Talks. Self-love isn't selfish. Feeling confident improves all aspects of your character, and no one understands that quite like Sweet Talks in Menominee Falls. Step into their judgment-free zone, where a staff of registered nurse injectors leads the way, recommending Botox, Dysport, or Daxify. Sweet Talks goes beyond injectables, though. They offer facials, lasers, medical weight loss, hormone therapy, and more. See why you'll want to join thousands of loyal patients at sweettalks.com.
At Hazelden Betty Ford, treating mental health isn't just about breaking old patterns. It's about braving new ones. As the leader in alcohol and drug treatment for 75 years, we know caring for addiction, anxiety, depression, and trauma goes hand in hand. We're here for you with new tools when life breaks down. Discover your path to better mental health at hazeldenbettyford.org/Wisconsin. Sponsored by Hazelden Betty Ford Foundation.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Here is Kyle Wallace with his truth.
Truth Nation, I guess I've officially graduated from big bro to unk status, at least according to my little cousin. That's what he said. Now, at first I pushed back a little bit, and I was offended by the assertion that I was old enough to be unk. But after a little thought, y'all, I actually embraced the label of being unk and the responsibility which comes with being quote-unquote unk. See, as unk, I think it's my duty to look out for and support the youth and young cats coming up after me. Embrace the role as being a mentor and role model and aim to protect our kids at all costs. With the news cycle always seemingly being negative towards the youth, we need to take it back upon ourselves to change the narrative and uplift our youth. Our kids are so much more than fights, stolen cars, Kia boys, or acting a fool in public. We can't allow a small population of children to depict who our kids really are in the city of Milwaukee. You have to resist the urge to want to bash our kids and be so quick to pass judgment or disparage the youth. And we gotta stop acting as if we were not once in their shoes, making poor decisions, having regrets. I know we have all been there. Now, regardless of how funny it may sound to say YN, don't label our kids that. That is far from a term of endearment, and we have to remember you become what people call you. If someone calls you dumb over and over and over again, you may start believing that you are dumb, and you may start having self-doubt in oneself. Don't put that type of self-hating energy on our youth, Milwaukee. We need to call them YKs and YQs for young kings and young queens, even when they might frustrate you. Remember, they are still only kids. With the summer being here, there is no better time to encourage them to aspire to be great. Give them positive reinforcement. Give them positive affirmation until we get it through their minds on who they really are and what they can become. An unstoppable force of greatness.
Listen to Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace weekdays from noon to 1 p.m.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snide. The Milwaukee Brewers fell to the Cubs in Game 3 of their 3-game series on Wednesday afternoon to the Cubs. This one by a final score of 10-3. They'll pick things back up on Friday on the road out in Washington to take on the Nationals. Over to the NFL, where the Green Bay Packers, after an off day on Wednesday, resume practice on Thursday. Xavier McKinney talking about the mentality he has going into this season.
We locked in, man. I know personally for me, I got one goal on my mind, and that's to win the championship. And I think everybody understands that collectively, not just the team, the staff. Everybody understands that.
Packers' first preseason game is set for August 9th. And speaking of preseason in the NFL, it begins this evening with the Hall of Fame game, Chargers taking on the Lions. That begins at 7 p.m. The Sports Update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Where's Milwaukee going? What are we doing? What's the cause of it? What are we doing with the kids, the adults? Let me check the talking text lines. I've been remiss. I haven't gone back. Daniel said, I hate to say this, Dr. Ken, I really do, because I know how some of us that come from an older school and just can't break out of a thought process. Speak for yourself, not me. I'm glad I could do that and see and think about things from many angles. Smart. But Daniel's always been smart. And that's why it pains me to say that the Sandras are a part of our position right now, especially in ways thinking and processing things. Yeah. It's not a Sandra issue, right? It's not the way she thinks is wrong or the way she thinks. It's a process that takes on significantly more information. Sandra does things that a lot of other people don't do. She has questions and thoughts, and she puts it out there, and she's not afraid to say how she feels and what she thinks. And then she goes back and looks up the information and does her research, and she'll come back and say, see, I was right, and here's why. Or she'll say, I was wrong, and here's why. So I get it. Daphne said Clark is okay, but there are other white players who are better than Clark. Yes, there are. Stewart, I can't understand that name. Even Page, and she got out. I'm not that well versed on WNBA players. I know Arike because I've noticed since she was like in third grade. But other than that, Arike Ogunbowale. Sir John said, now I echo those same doggone sentiments that Al just spit. I think most people do. I believe that most people really do echo that. I know I do. It's just one of those things. Talking text line, let me see the YouTube chat. We are asking for help from the same people who are the blame for our problems. No, they're not. They put up blocks and they put up, things to stop us from being successful in some ways. But for the most part, we have ourselves to blame. We really do. And then I get to it. Talked about it before the break. Dr. Harris, how do you feel about sagging pants? It's a virtual epidemic amongst men, young and old. I don't understand the sagging pants thing. When you sag pants, it makes you look ridiculous. 2, I see your underwear or the crack of your behind. And I don't want to see that. But there's nothing I can do about it. If that's what you decide to do, that's fine. There are certain, and I keep talking about it, there are certain social contracts that you break when you do that. So if you think you're not going to get the job, you're not going to get the job. If you think you're not going to get, hired or looked at or get a raise or whatever, you might want to look at. I have found that when I didn't get something, it was my fault. Yeah, we can blame racism and all this, because then I think about the fact that I should have known. I learned that, and I should have known. I should have known going to Illinois State and being in Waterston Towers that those two white girls, young women, didn't like black people, and they were going to treat me like trash and basically tell me I'm just an N-word from Chicago and ain't nothing I can do. I should have known that going in. I kind of did, and that's probably why I wasn't shocked when it happened. But what I should have had was what happens after that. I should have filed a complaint. I should have taken it to the provost. I should have done a lot of things that I didn't do. Now I know. And that's why it's important to listen. If you are outside certain norms, and listen, I know George Floyd, y'all thought it changed things, and it didn't. I know y'all thought everything was going to be different, and it wasn't. I know y'all didn't think everything was going to change back, and it was. Gen Z and millennials are now getting a breath of what X and boomers had to deal with growing up in the 60s and 70s. Welcome to the revolution. Mackey was talking to LaRon and said lots of our problems are self-inflicted. They are macro issues with the larger society, but we are failing to address major issues within our black community as well. Again, my argument, I'm not going to be held responsible for problems in my black community. I'm going to be held responsible for problems in my family, problems with my children, problems with my, I don't have any, but nieces and nephews and cousins and all that. But what I'm not going to do is pick up the mantle for an entire community where about 10% of them don't care. What is it? Don't throw good money after bad? But that's what we do. And then nothing changes. Failure to acknowledge those problems because they're self-inflicted are why we are here now. Everything is everyone else's fault. And then Mackey responded, and frankly, the larger society has gotten black fatigue. They're tired of us having the same issues for the last 60 years, bad schools, criminality, low marriage rates, out-of-wedlock births. And then he said, somebody wrote about this in Black Men, Obsolete, Single, and Dangerous, ? The African American Family in Transition. I don't know if I agree with that. Of course, EVC said, please don't fix your mouth to say the WNBA is more exciting than the NBA. Have you seen any games? I think the WNBA is as exciting, if not more exciting, than the NBA. And I'm pretty sure that's why we don't have a team in Milwaukee, because they don't want anybody to outshine the Bucks. Everything needs to be for the Bucks. And I get it. It's a business decision. But it is what it is. At some point, we need to help other people, tell other people to take responsibility for themselves. It is the hardest thing you can possibly do. Part of that is knowing who you are and knowing what your weaknesses are. But that's just how it goes. It's hard. Life is hard. Not all of it, maybe 10%. But the other 90% is great. EVC said, there's nothing exciting about never seeing anyone dunk, so no, the WNBA will never be more exciting than the NBA. You hold your position and opinion based on who can dunk? I've seen a woman in the WNBA dunk before. What are you talking about? Are you sexist? And then I say that and it's probably a woman. I mean, I get it, but clearly you don't watch a lot of WNBA games. Oh, well. They just want the NBA to... I almost called it something. It's plantation mentality. We just going to go with what we got because that's the best thing we got. And other people are getting over on it and they got seats or whatever and tickets, so they're okay. And then I hear the cost of the WNBA season tickets and I go, that's why they don't make any money. When you make a sport for upper middle class and upper class people, then you can play players. You can pay players what they deserve. But if in your mind it's less, and then in order to open the team, it has to be sponsored by an NBA team, that's shooting yourself in the foot. That's putting yourself under someone else's thumb that you can never get out from. And in that case, I don't think that the WNBA will ever be as big as they can be. Because if they took the model for ownership the way the NBA took model for ownership, you ain't going to never have a black owner. You ain't going to never have... They're just setting themselves up for another cash cow for them. There are no black NFL owners, are there? Right. No, it's not the ultimate boys club. It's not the ultimate boys club. It's the billionaire boys club. There's a difference. There's a distinct difference. I get what you're saying, X, but that's not a ultimate boys club. That's a billionaire boys club. To the point where if you're white and a billionaire, you can get in. If you're not, you can be a partial owner. We'll give you a little piece so we can say, diversity. Oh, no, we can't say diversity anymore? Watch how many people drop out. I'm not open to the only reason we have people here is because Cole put in the contract that you have to have this many people from the black community, Hispanic, whatever. You have to have minority ownership. And it has to be these people. That is one thing Herb Cole did that I thought was great. So, I don't know. Hey, can we block EVC from giving I'm just kidding. He said, not sexist at all. I adore Clarissa Shields since her Olympic days. Even women don't go to WNBA games. Let me ask you a question. When was the last time you saw an advertisement for a WNBA game? When was the last time you saw people give scores every single day for WNBA, even in cities where there weren't WNBA teams? Exactly. Until sports announcers push WNBA the way they push everything else and give them a segment just like you give the NBA, it's not going to fly. You know what that's called, right? It's called prejudice. Pure and simple. It's called prejudice. That's all. But going back to Mackey, he said larger society has gotten black fatigue. They're tired of us having the same issues. So, should I do it? Should I talk about W.E.B. Du Bois tomorrow? All right, so here's the deal. I'm going to make a deal with y'all. Next week is going to be book week. I want everybody to go out, and y'all got Amazon, right? You got Amazon? You got Amazon. Go to Amazon and buy the book, The Souls of Black Folks by W.E.B. Du Bois. I've seen copies of it for like $6. Get a copy. We're going to talk about it next week. Every day we're going to pick a chapter and we're going to talk about the souls of black folks. It's not a hard read, but as we go through, you should be able to read one chapter and then we talk about it the next day. So today, right now, order The Souls of Black Folks, W.E.B. Du Bois. Is like a $6-7 book. Get it. It's in paperback. Get the cheapest copy you can find. It's in public domain, so they've got a multiple publishers. And we're going to talk about all the stuff we're talking about today was present in 1900. So if you're talking about the last 50 or 60 years, no. We're talking about the last 125 years of the same things going, because some of the systems that were in place are in place now. And when I say systems, I mean people that are blocking progress. But then we'll talk about those who operated outside that, who operated outside those things that were detrimental to black people at the turn of the century, some 35 years after slavery. But yet we had millionaires who were slaves, who went back and bought the plantation that they were on. We have black millionaires and billionaires in America, pre-World War I. And we'll talk about all that. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. W.E.B. Du Bois, and we'll even explain why he's Du Bois and not Dubois. Go to Amazon, get the book. Our topic next week, we're going to dive into the souls of black folks. Introductory tomorrow.
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on August 5th.
Churio sends it deep to left, and there she goes.
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Atlanta Braves.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness. Third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Tune in August 5th at 6:15 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check your local listings to watch the game.
Great impressions will exceed your expectations. Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
At Great Impressions Graphics and Printing, they've been proudly serving the community for over 26 years. From their location at the corner of 54th and Burleigh in Milwaukee, their dedication to quality and customer satisfaction has made them a trusted name in printing and design. Great Impressions offer a wide range of services, including banners, posters, yard signs, business cards, programs, and postcards. Plus, they specialize in custom apparel printing, perfect for family reunions, sports outings, business promotions, and more. For your next project, visit greatimpress.com. That's greatimpress.com. Great Impressions. They're here when you need them.
Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
Maya is always on the move, and so is her money. Buy this here, deposit that there. She and her money are a lot to keep track of. Good thing Maya banks with Landmark Credit Union and uses their amazing mobile app. Maya checks her balance, deposits checks, pays bills, even transfers money between friends. So while Maya's coming and going, she can see her funds coming, going, and, best of all, growing. Landmark Credit Union. Banking made easy. Insured by NCUA.
You can be the light helping Milwaukee students reach college. Join the UNCF Walk for Education August 2nd at Veterans Park, our 41st year of lighting the way. Meet our inspiring 2025 Grand Marshals and Torchbearers. Your help funds scholarships for local students. Bring your coworkers, friends, and family for awards, great food, and community spirit. Every step taken lights the way to someone's future. Visit mkauncf.info today.
Wisconsin is as hard-working of a place as you'll ever find. There's a sense of pride, community, and work ethic that's second to none. People here are tough, but even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. At Gruber Law Offices, we won't stop fighting for you and your family. We've been here and will continue to be here for as long as you need us. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
It's been a great day, but Truth Nation, tomorrow is really the day. We have been entering fans into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway for the last 3 months. And tomorrow, we will pick our one call, that's all $5,000 giveaway winner. Be sure to tune in to Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace, 12 to 1. Don't miss your call, because if you do, you'll go to the next caller to find the $5,000 winner. Again, Big Gruber 5K giveaway tomorrow. Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Tori Lowe show's coming up. So make sure you hang out for the best in Black Talk Radio in the Midwest. Want to say God bless. Take care. Thank you, X. Appreciate you. Have a great day. Be careful. Check on your neighbors. And remember, I'm out.
Be quiet.
Nation, the Wisconsin State Fair is back. This year's State Fair runs from July 31st to August 10th. You know